The Commission on Elections or COMELEC recorded a total of 150,817 Filipinos who have filed their application to be eligible voters for the Barangay and Sangguniang Kabataan Elections or BSKE based on the poll body's latest data released. Of the number, it stated that 19,336 voters are from the 15 to 17 age group, 35,011 from ages 18 to 30, and 11,098 from 31 years old and above age bracket. Since the voter registration resumed, COMELEC eyes a higher registration turnout up until January 31, 2023. Meantime, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. has turned down three provisions in the 5.27 trillion pesos national budget for 2023, including the use of revolving funds for DepEd-TV of the Department of Education as being irrelevant with the existing laws. Max Legaspi fills us in with the details.
President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. asserted that to keep in line with his constitutional duties to ensure faithful execution of the laws, he is constrained to directly veto the provisions introduced in this budget which do not relate to any particular appropriation and would effectively amend substantive laws. Marcos rejected Special Provision Number 4, Revolving Fund of DepEd-TV, in his veto message upon signing the General Appropriations Act for next year on December 16, claiming that there was no law authorizing DepEd to establish such type of funding for the program. Marcos Jr. also vetoed the provision under the Department of Tourism Office of the Secretary or DOT-OSEC that in no case shall the appropriations be utilized to change the tourism campaign slogan, arguing that it could restrict the execution of executive branch functions in implementing Republic Act No. 9593 or the Tourism Act of 2009. Marcos Jr. also vetoed Special Provision Number 1, Use of Income of the Department of Labor and Employment National Labor Relations Commission or DOLE-NLRC. He stated that the NLRC was not given authority to use its income under existing laws and that the funding requirements for the NLRC's operations were already fully provided for in the 2023 national budget. He also received rare support from the Senate minority bloc in rejecting a number of provisions in the 2023 budget. For Golden Nation Network, this is Max Legaspi.
President and Agriculture Secretary Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is expediting the entry of imported refined sugar into the country in order to stabilize its selling prices, a move that sugar producers strongly oppose because the Philippines still has sufficient local supply. The Department of Agriculture or DA issued an order directing the agency's Minimum Access Volume Secretariat Officer in Charge Executive Director Jocelyn Salvador to immediately convene this advisory council. Furthermore, President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. vowed to fulfill his promise of building 1 million homes for Filipinos annually as part of the administration's response to address the housing backlog in the country. President Marcos Jr. pledged to go all out on its commitment to break ground more safe and low-cost housing units for homeless and minimum wage earners nationwide. It can be remembered that PBBM promised socialized housing projects for the poor last presidential elections. On to Senate updates, Senator Sherwin Gatchalian seeks to push the establishment of National Traffic Enforcement and Management Center that aims to tightwatch and execute road safety policy and traffic administration in the country. Senator Gatchalian highlighted it is vital for the government to form a mechanism that would heed the call of the complaints and concerns of motorists and commuters about public transportation and traffic enforcement, especially in Metro Manila, through Senate Bill No. 1059 on an act of establishing the National Traffic Enforcement and Management Center, which covers the provision of training for traffic enforcers, specifically traffic engineering, road safety, accident investigation, driver training, post-accident management, and understanding violations. Senator Bongo said that he will push to establish more super health centers or SHC after witnessing the successful groundbreaking of SHC in Sablayan Occidental, Mindoro. He also stated that there is enough fund for 2022 Health Facilities Enhancement Program and 2023 health budget to establish 307 and more SHCs in areas where residents do not have an access to health services. The SHC is known to be the improved version of the Rural Health Unit that offers database management, birthing, diagnostic, and ambulatory surgical units. For lower house updates, House Minority Leader and 4-piece Party List Representative Marcelino Libanon warns online retailers who refuse to put price tags on their products and will only disclose through prices through private messages to follow the price tag requirement. Libanon stressed that the said scheme violates the Law of Republic Act No. 7394 or the Consumer Act of 1992, which compels all retailers under pain of penalties to put price tags on their products for all consumers to see regardless if they are selling online or in physical stores. The National Housing Authority or NHA has adopted the online payment method for monthly amortization through Maya Philippines Incorporated. NHA General Manager Joe Benton said that the adoption to online payment option abides the Republic Act 8792 or the Electronic Commerce Act of 2000 that states government agencies must recognize the use of electronic means in terms of accepting payments. He added that the concept of paying online started during the COVID-19 pandemic. Up next, a news force. Philippine National Police reports crime rate in Philippines drops by 7.58%. Alex Ayala secures spot in Australia Open 2023. Octa states Filipinos expect improvement in quality of life by next year. Stay tuned for more stories and reports when News Force returns.